Welcome back to episode 44. In the last episode we brought the car back to mine so that I could get on with some work over the Christmas and New Year period. I can't believe how dirty the car got, even from being driven on a trailer in a dry sunny day, and it was only a 15-minute drive. As mentioned in episode 43, the car will be part of the Newton commercial stand at Bingley Hall, so we've got just a couple of weeks to get it looking clean, finished and presentable. Originally the finish date for the car was planned for summer 23, so not only do we have to get it ready 6 months early, it's also been really difficult on the finances too. So the car is going to have to be a bit of a compromise. It will look finished and be presentable for Bingley Hall, but after the show I'll have a few changes to make before I class the car as being finished. For example, the dashboard going in for Bingley Hall will be a temporary one supplied to us by Anglo Classic Car Parts. If all goes well, they'll eventually be supplying me with a bespoke one which doesn't have the 2 glove boxes in, which will mean that I can add my stereo and some additional clocks later on. So I've got a lot of little jobs to sort and I've never done any of them before, so there's a very good chance that I'm not doing things the best way possible. This lower dash rail doesn't fit straight out of the box, and I wasn't quite sure what to do, so I came back to this later. I needed to sort out which wires went to which switches. The Haynes manual came in really handy, and to be honest it was pretty vital when it came to electrics. I'd have liked to have been able to use the original door catches as they were original to the car, but they were really rusty, so I ended up getting a new set from Smithy's Bits. But to be honest, I think it was the right move because they look so much better. Now fitting the parts for the window was fairly straightforward. I fitted a small piece of sound deadening to the door, not a lot but just enough to take the edge off. If you listen carefully you can tell that before the sound deadening the door resonates, but once the sound deadening's on the noise is more of a dull thud and stops the resonating. I'm not sure if this makes much difference overall on a Mini, but it was easy enough to do with the bits I had left over. When it came to fitting the interior, it's not a job that I'd ever seen or done before, so I didn't really film much of the installation as I was too worried about making a mistake, and you really only do get one shot at this. But I can tell you that the end result looks fine, but I'm not sure if there's a better process in fitting this than what I did. I had difficulty getting a proper camera angle and light was poor, so because of the time restraints I just filmed little bits where I could. I modified the pocket pieces ever so slightly just to fit snug inside my companion bins, as both my companion bins were slightly different sizes. I'm not sure if this is necessary, but I just wanted the best fit that I could get and it was really easy to make the modifications. I had to file a little bit off the chrome trim that sits on the lip of the companion bin. These little sanders from Evolution are a great tool to have and I've used it loads of times during the project. The lower dash rail was quite tricky to fit. Maybe it's one of those things that once you've fitted one you can fit 100. I had to trim the ends to make it fit and I just used some clips to hold the dash rail in place. I think I may have bought the wrong switch plate as I couldn't get it to sit right, but I'll look at this after Bingley Hall. For now it's in and so are the switches. To be honest, I was really starting to struggle with pretty much every little job that I had to do. I think I was feeling the stress if I'm honest, and I didn't pick up the camera as much as I would normally have. I was now working to a deadline, and that deadline was getting closer and closer, and I felt I wasn't progressing fast enough. But it's times like this when there's less footage that a montage is a perfect solution. So the car is almost ready for Bingley Hall. It's going back to the paint shop for a few days to get a few things sorted, then I'll have a week with Dennis to add the last few parts needed to get it finished, and then the car's good to go. I'll do a proper video of the finished car once it's been to Bingley and all the finishing touches have been added. If you're heading to Bingley Hall for the mini fair and you want to have a look at the car or the interior in person, then why not head over to the Newton Commercial stand and come and say hello.